Hello everyone. So today we are going to have a brief discussion on the topic analog modulation of carriers. So this is a very basic and a simple presentation on the topic. So now we are going to start our presentation. So these are the contents which we are discuss in the presentation. So first of all, we have to know what are signals and carrier. So signals. Signal is defined as the useful information which is sent by the transmitter and received by the receiver. Now coming to carrier. Carrier is defined as a very high frequency signal over which information is mounted and sent through the channel or medium. Now modulation. Modulation is defined as the process or phenomenon by which the signal is mounted over the carrier signal, and the signal so obtained is called as modulated signal. Now coming to our main topic, analog modulation. So analog modulation refers to the process of transferring an analog baseband signal like an audio or TV signal over a higher frequency signal such as a radio frequency band. Now the types of analog modulation. There are three types of analog modulation. The first one is amplitude modulation, the second one is frequency modulation, and the third one is phase modulation. The frequency modulation and phase modulation is also called angle modulation. Amplitude modulation. In amplitude modulation, the carrier amplitude is changed according to the signal. These are some important equations which are very much related to amplitude modulation. The first one is for the carrier signal, the second one is for modulating message signal, and the third one is for the AM signal. Now, frequency modulation. In frequency modulation, the carrier frequency is changed according to the signal. This is the equation for frequency modulation. This is the simple diagrammatic expression of amplitude modulation signal and frequency modulation. So here the waveforms are shown. Now phase modulation. In phase modulation, the carrier phase is changed according to the signal. In positive amplitude, the carrier phase is same, and in negative amplitude, the carrier phase is reversed to its original phase. And this is the equation for the phase modulation system. And here is in the picture the waveforms are shown for the phase modulation system. Here the phase change is of 180 degree. Now in the end of the presentation, we are discussing some questions from the topic. The first question is, how is the amplitude modulation achieved? So the answer is, two key elements of any AM system are the circuits where the signal is modulated and demodulated. Modulating an AM signal can be achieved in a number of ways. Essentially, the simplest is to pass the radio frequency carrier and the modulating signal into a mixture. The resulting output will be the required amplitude modulated signal. Now the second question, what is the difference between amplitude modulation and frequency modulation? The difference is in how the carrier wave is modulated or altered. Which AM radio, the amplitude or overall strength of the signal is varied to incorporate the sound information. Which FM, the frequency in bracket the number of times each second that the current changes direction of the carrier signal is varied. And the third and the last question is application of phase modulation. Phase modulation is used in wireless system or wireless technology, for example Bluetooth. And phase modulation is also used in signal transmission system in army. It helps to transmit video signal along with a signal, audio signal. So hope this video will help you. Thank you for watching.